England have managed to draw a test match that they had in their hands for 4.5 days. They hit a couple of centuries. They had a hat-trick opportunity. They dropped so many sitters, and they failed to pick up 10 wickets in 143 overs on a pitch they asked for, but never mind all of that. It's actually India's fault because they didn't want to shake hands. Welcome back to Two Wickets Down. And before we get into it, if you're enjoying the podcast, please don't forget to like and share it on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It really helps. Let's just get right into it. This was a pretty boring last 2 days. Not the last 2 days, last day and a session, but all thanks to Mr. Ben Stokes and his boys who came up trying to shake hands with our batsmen and we're like, you know what? We're actually gonna play for a milestone here. Probably resulted in one of the best dramas I've seen in a long, long time in Test cricket. I mean, just for context for people who have not somehow known what's going on here. Game India are down and out. Somehow we'll break this down in a minute. Survive, bat really well, get to the end of day five. Stokes and his bowlers have had enough of running around after the ball after being in the field for like 100 and what, 15, 110 overs at that point. And I think this is what is really annoying a lot of people. Righteously walks up thinking, "Oh, it's my call. I'm gonna go shake hands." And Jadeja in Washington then is like, "No, actually, it's not our call. You can ask Shubman Gill if he wants to declare. I mean, shake hands, we'll do it." And they were like, "No, we're gonna actually keep bat. I'm Jadeja's like, I'm on 90, he's on 85. We'll make some hundreds and then we'll call it a game," which is exactly what happened. Your first reactions, Vasu?
I mean, the thing is, in terms of Ben Stokes, what I can like, where I have sort of some sort of sympathy with him is that he did one of the things he did correct was he did go to the umpire first to ask, can we just call it off here now? Just do this, just kind of call it off because we know there's not going to be results. So just call it off here. But yeah, so what like the mistake what he should have done is then ask Shubman Gill, the captain, but what he did was just go straight away up to like Jadeja and just say, let's call it off.
I
That like,
think
that's what he did wrong. Yeah.
no, I think the
Yeah.
biggest issue is the aftermath of them saying no. It's fine if it's fine if Roots
Yeah.
ask
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
mean,
It's
maybe
the reaction.
it's the
Yeah.
reaction
It's the reaction.
because maybe Shubman Gill had told Washington Sundar and Jadeja at drinks if they come for if they ask
It's
for a draw
your call.
if they ask for a draw, take it if you want, if not you bat. But it's like Ben Duckett of like, oh, like, why didn't you make it earlier? Like, it's Zach Crawley saying, you're going to make it against Harry Brook. Like, is that what you want? Like, it's that thing of like, no, he's going to make it against Harry Brook because he's batted all your bowlers out of the game. Your Archer, your Wokes, your Cars, your Ben Stokes, they've all been
And what's the point
Liam
of why didn't
Dawson.
you make it early? And what's the point of like why didn't you make it earlier? I mean, he's trying to save a game. What like why
Why
didn't you
would he
make it
go for
earlier?
100? It's
Well, like why
that
would he go for 100? Like why did he
it's
just like go for 100
it's
earlier? He's trying
Harry
to save a game.
It's Harry Book trying to play mind games of them, trying to make them feel bad by throwing like pie chuckers, like full tosses at them and saying, "Go on, hit it." And Jadeja and Stokes were like, "All right, if you're gonna throw a full toss, I'll swing you for a six." And they got their 100 in the next like 10, 15 balls. I think it was that was like,
Yeah,
why? Like, just like,
and then going for the whole point, saying, "Oh, do you want to make your 100 against like Harry Brook there?" I mean, it's not fine if you're gonna go up to the whole point. Yeah, then what? Yeah, well then okay,
poor
okay,
Harry
yeah, yeah,
Brook, poor Harry Brook, you've thrown your mate down, you've thrown your mate under the
yeah.
bus.
Okay, then okay. If you're gonna go down, if you're gonna go down that road, if you're gonna go down that road, put somebody else on to bowl. Yeah,
Yeah,
put
bring
somebody
on
else on down
Archer.
to bowl.
I don't know if you saw the
Bring on
full clip.
Archer.
I don't know if you saw the full clip they released saying, "Oh, Crawley goes to Jadeja. We'll bowl bouncers at you now. Then if you're gonna keep batting." And Jadeja said, "All right, you've been already doing that all day. You can go do it again if you want." And Jadeja goes, "It's not like you've
Yeah,
not
put
bowled
someone else on.
bouncers." Yeah, it's like Jadeja just said, like you can bring on Archer and bowl bouncers. Like it's not like we have an issue with any of it.
And then
So
Shubman Gill said in his post match, at the post match, he said like
Puss
post at
Mitch.
the post match, yeah, post match.
Puss Mitch.
Shubman Gill said that. Shubman Gill said that it was up to the players and the it was up to the players if what they wanted to do.
Honestly,
He left it to them.
you've batted what? Like 3 sessions pretty much like especially Washington Sundar because he came back straight after Gill got out in the morning, like straight away.
Hmm.
He's been there all day. He's never hit a test 100. He's 15 runs away. I mean,
I mean,
I
they
like,
deserve it, right?
yeah, they deserve it, but like, and I don't mind if you want to shake for a draw, like shake for a draw, like especially if it's like basketball. We don't play for draws, but you clearly were playing for a draw
I
there.
mean, they're saying, well, we don't do it. If one of their players was in the 90s and this was a
Someone
situation,
said this,
they're
Vasu.
saying,
England's culture. I mean, let's be very honest, and no one's like denying this because every bowler and batsman loves coming to England because there is a thing called the honors board. You literally hit a there's literally a board in every ground in England that is selfish. You could lose a game by 600 runs, and if you hit 100, your name will still go on the honors board. There's a culture in the UK, and I'm not denying it. Like Bumrah said it, he wanted that fifer in Lords because he's never been on that board. Like so, and let's be honest, we're like everyone has been let's be like praising Joe Root for what he's done this Test series, right?
"Mhm."
Why? Because it's a selfish thing that he has 13,000 or whatever runs he has, and it's only him and Tendulkar now, which is a great thing for him. But no one's ever saying, "Oh, that's a bit selfish." Like we're talking about his milestones. This is just another milestone for two guys who've batted really well.
I mean, everybody's saying, oh, Washington Sundar might never get 100, and that's true there. That's
Yeah,
true
and he
for him as
bats.
well.
The thing is, same thing with Jadeja. They bat so low in the order that, like, by the time they come out to bat, a lot of the time they're batting with tail enders. Like, they're not batting with number
I
one
mean,
and two.
and in terms of the honors board, you're saying, I mean, like the honors board is everywhere in the world. Like in
Yeah, but
Australia,
like,
that's the honors board.
but in England, it's really more emphasized than anywhere else. I mean, let's just look at the Lord's Honor Board. There's not a more famous one in the world than Lord's Honor Board. Like trying to get a fifer or a century there. And I don't think so. Anyone is saying that like you shouldn't go for a milestone. Like there's like it's bad to talk about personal milestone. I mean, let's like cricket is a lot about personal milestones. Like people want to hit 100. People want to take five for and 10 wickets in a game over 2 innings. But yeah, I don't think so. It was even him going to shake hands. And even if Jadeja said no, I didn't mind if Stokes like gave him said, "Come on, mate, like let's just call it," like something like that. And if they didn't agree, walk away. Um, and I get it, like you're tired, you've been in the field for like 140 over, like 110 overs. You're like you're kind of
Yeah, I mean, like,
you're
yeah.
mentally drained. You're not like you're not thinking you're smartest. Um, and
I think he actually, I think he was actually more, I think he was
you
actually
watch the
more like
post match.
angry at him. Yeah, actually, I think he's actually more actually angry at himself and his bowlers. Actually,
Yeah,
that's, I think a lot of that was a,
To not take 10
yeah.
wickets against this batting lineup after you've got rid of the top four at when Gill got out.
Yeah, a lot of I think a lot of frustration actually came out from within himself towards like uh, for not winning the game actually. So
And I mean,
I think a lot of was that there.
if I was India, I mean, the more I look back at it, I mean, if this was Australia, like, I mean, we're talking about being ruthless and cutthroat. If this was Australia, they would have batted the remaining 10 overs. And it's like, all right, go bowl another 10. You've got 3 days until the next test match starts. Go recover. Like, go do it. Like, it's fair. It's not like India's doing anything that they shouldn't be allowed. I know it's like oh, you should do it because it's a draw, but I thought India did everything they should have done. Like, you've got I mean, if you look at Bumrah and Siraj, they've got 5 days of rest. They haven't bowled since like what Saturday
Day
afternoon.
three,
Yeah, day four.
yeah, day
Like
three,
day four, because that's what we started batting
yeah,
at the
day
end of
four,
it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so they haven't bowled since like lunch, maybe between lunch and tea
yeah,
on day
yeah.
four. And they didn't bowl all of day five. They've got today, tomorrow, Wednesday to rest, and Thursday is the match. So like we've got our bowlers rested a little bit. Where I mean, I look at Stokes Archer, who's come back after 4 years of not playing Test cricket, has got Is he really going to play three test matches back to back? I don't think so. Archer will play the last match. I think Stokes will, 'cause just knowing like Stokes being Stokes, he will play the test match. Um, we've
But
got we've
the thing
got a,
is,
we've got
how
a
much?
we've got a keeper on one leg who's now not playing the final test match in Rishabh Pant. He's like that's been called already. Of course, I mean, I thought India should have done everything they can to like go into the next test match with England down as possible and you rested as possible.
But the thing with Stokes is you don't know how fit he's going to be as well for the next Test match as well.
Well, I think for him, I think he's trying to think of it a point of view like he might just cook himself one more time for one more match, and then he has 4 months off until the Ashes. But I think it's the risk of like you better not pull something in this test match.
Yeah, and then injure yourself, and then you might not be completely fit for the Ashes.
I mean, it
So
depends when the Ashes. If they get smoked 5-0, which is what everyone is thinking will happen, I think he'll walk away. I think
I
I
don't think that will happen because have you looked at Australia's batting this year?
yeah, but I think if England if England gets smoked 5-0, I think he'll walk away from Test cricket
Oh,
anyways.
I don't think that will happen because Australia's batting is very poor.
Okay, let's kind of that was the handshake, shake hands
But
debacle. Anything else
yeah,
on that before you? Any final words for what was a great 20 minutes of drama?
no,
Have you seen my
just the
sorry?
chirping.
Have you seen my favorite clip? Is when Jadeja hit his 100. I think who hits the 100 first? I think Jadeja hits the 100 first.
Jadeja, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And after Jadeja hits 100 first, Harry Brook thinks this is it, like they're gonna walk off. So Jadeja hits 100, and Harry Brook starts running, walking to Sundar, and Sundar's running after Jadeja to celebrate. And then he realizes, oh shit, we have to bowl more because he has to hit his 100 now. It's my favorite clip I've seen on Instagram. Harry Brook just his face realizing. Uh, yeah,
I
I
mean, like
mean,
the only person in that England team who actually did anything, who actually did like proper anything was like Joe Root there. Joe
yeah.
Root
I mean,
wasn't
towards
actually.
the end when he was bowling, because him and Harry Brook were bowling, he was bowling good tight spells to
Yeah,
Jadeja. Like
yeah,
he bowled like 3 overs for like 4 or 5 runs only,
yeah.
and then he gave one bad over, which he got like hit twice back to back. But no, I mean, Root's like, I mean, when was the last time you saw Root ever in any like controversy of saying anything like that. I mean, like England were saying, "Oh, we have a policy of no dickheads." But I mean, you kind of came out of that looking a bit. You didn't come out looking the best. Like it's fine, you can offer a drop, but if the other team says no, like just get on with it. I know, I don't think so. India or anyone had an issue with Harry Brook bowling if he just would have bowled without chirping. It's the fact that like you're telling Jadeja and Washington Sundar, who's batted all day, saying, "Oh, we'll bowl bouncers to you." It's like, bro, Sundar is a number 3 batsman. I honestly think needs to start batting down a lot.
I think he should bat I think
Yeah,
he
I
should
mean,
bat number. I think he should bat much higher up the order. I think you know what we could India can actually when it's too late now, or maybe they should actually like it's a final game.
they're
I
gonna
know
play
I
Kuldeep
but
Yadav, I think, in the Oval. I think.
yeah.
Have you heard the team selection that I've been rumored? It's Bumrah, Siraj. What Siraj will stay. I think he's got his 4 or 5 days of rest. I think Siraj will play. Burma will see. Akashdeep is back. And Akashdeep is Akashdeep out for the whole tournament?
I think I
No,
somewhere read
Arshdeep is back. Arshdeep is back, and Krishna. So I think they're saying you'll have 4 gun bowlers: Krishna, Arshdeep, Siraj, and Kuldeep Yadav. And Kuldeep Yadav.
calling yeah, was
And
it
then you play
what
Jadeja,
somewhere
and you play Jadeja and Washington Sundar as your two all-rounders. That gets you to 6. Jurel for punt 7, and then your 4 top order batsmen. That gets you to 11.
uh, so I was reading all bowlers are fit somewhere. I think Cricinfo reported that all bowlers are now fit.
Who went back home? Whose series ended?
Uh, Reddy.
Oh, already, yeah, yeah. So no, no. Then Krishna shouldn't play. Then it should be Siraj, Akashdeep, and Arshdeep.
Well, it depends on if Bumrah if they're gonna play Bumrah or not.
Yeah, if Bumrah doesn't play, then you play 4 fast bowlers. potentially. No, three fast bowlers. Three fast bowlers plus Kuldeep Yadav plus the two all-rounders, spinners, and then you do your thing. But okay, let's get into the game a little bit. So once again, no surprise, India lost the toss. What a surprise! Haven't won it. I think
Well,
the last time we won
what
a toss was like in like I read it in Super Chat, but India were put into bat first and put a pretty decent total up. 358 on a day one pitch in Manchester when they were probably batting in the most bowling friendly conditions, I think, throughout the whole game. Um, and you put up a really good partnership. I think everyone chipped in. You had 58, 46, 61, 12, 54. Like everyone did really well to chip in, and you get to 358, and you're like, you know what? This is pretty reasonable bowling, batting. And
Punt
then
was a
you
massive loss.
Bunt was a massive loss, but that doesn't surprise me. I mean, look at the shot he injured himself. I mean, it's the most bunt
I
thing
mean,
I.
but the thing is, he played he played a similar shot to Arch, not a similar shot to Archer, but like a somewhat like, but he plays those side up stuff, but and he always like connects with those shots there.
Yeah.
But
So,
but the thing is, him and Sai Sudarshan were having like a decent partnership before he injured
yeah,
himself.
and then we lost a little momentum after that. But then even like Jadeja didn't get out early straight away. Jadeja batted for 40 balls, but like Bunt got retired hurt. Like you knew instantly he'd done something bad. And fair play to the man. He came back out towards the end and
Yeah,
um put some little more runs on the board, and we get to 358. And then this is the point where every Indian fan started turning off their TV. Um, and the only way I can describe this, and this is picking on one bowler, but this just tells you the top down. I've never seen in my life Burma look so ordinary bowling ever in a
I
test
think
match.
the first 2 overs of that, I think the
I mean,
first 2 overs he bowled really.
the first 2 overs he bowled great, and after that, every spell his first ball went for a four. Every spell his first ball went for a four. And
I'm not here.
no, 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 I'm not blaming Burma. I'm just saying when your best bowler is so ordinary, the rest of the team was so bad. Like Siraj had moments of like what Siraj does. He sprays it everywhere, and then he kind of gets himself in, and he bowls like a few good spells. But I think what you really missed was like Shardul Thakur. Why did you pick Shardul Thakur when you didn't want to bowl him and he's shit? Like, I don't get it. Why have you picked him? He bowled
I to
11
see.
overs in the first over. And he bowled 11 overs in this whole game, Shardul Thakur.
I'm telling you, there's something that I'm telling you. Shubman Gill doesn't is not a fan of Shardul
But do you
Thakur.
think it's a Gambhir pick?
It's 100%. It was also in the first match as well. And Shardul Thakur didn't bowl. I
Then,
mean, if you
but
look up
like,
the stats,
I don't get what's Gambhir's obsession with it then. Because if your captain isn't going to bowl the bowler you want him to,
I think it's just because
either.
he can. I think it's just because he can bat. He gives you. It's just because he can bat,
All right, that's ridiculous. But yeah,
so he can give you batting depth.
England came out to bat, and fair play to England. They batted so well. They literally battered India out the game. Like Zach Crawley 84, Ben Duckett 94. But the two stars of the show were Joe Root made 150, and Ben Stokes made 141. And Ben Stokes' 141 also was like on at like half a leg too, pretty much with like a hamstring issue. And
Actually, you know what? Yeah, go ahead.
and they batted for a long time. They batted for 157 overs, which I think people are trying to give a bit of shit to Stokes. Is like if you really wanted to win the game, you could have declared early if you didn't want to chase your milestone. Because he was also trying to gun for his 140, 150. Um, but I think from an Indian point of view, I just want to talk about the bowling because it was pathetic. I think it's the only way. It was such trash bowling, and I'm gonna get to a point. It was so horrible, like especially the fast bowling. Like it was everywhere. Like Siraj was horrible. Bumrah was terrible. Gamboj, like literally not a fast bowler. Like literally not a
Yeah.
fast bowler at this point. Um, Shardul Thakur bowled only 11 overs and he went for 55, which is like ODI economy at this point. Like, and then comes the spinners. Jadeja, I'm gonna say this is current. Jadeja was good, good. Nothing great, but he was good. And he took 4 wickets. Sundar only took 2 wickets, but Washington Sundar came on and he changed the game. And this sounds insane to say because the other team made 669 runs, but he came on and he changed the game. And once again, like this is the thing that I think we spoke about before the series, where you just kind of have to like stick with Gill until he learns why have you picked Washington Sundar and not bowled him the whole game? And then when he bowls so well that you're like, oh my God, like this is amazing. And then you took the new ball and then you were like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, getting back to the Shardul Thakur point, if you're only gonna bowl him for 10 overs, pick Kuldeep Yadav, and everybody's saying like on these pitches in the UK, on England, especially on these like on especially in Manchester and all of them, it's like off spinners are like they're not gonna take wickets. It's the leg spinners who will take
Also,
wickets.
he's like wrist spinner
Yeah,
too.
like wrist spinners will get you wickets. Like
Um,
wrist spinners will get you wickets.
I think we've realized if you're an ordinary spinner, let's say like Jadeja, right? Jadeja is a very like complementary way of he's very good, he's a very ordinary spinner, but who's really smart. Like he's really smart with his
Hmm.
paces and stuff. We have
Yeah.
Washington Sundar, who's a little more naturally gifted or just a more technical spinner because he gets so much drift in the air that like he can bowl the same line and length as like Jadeja, but like his balls just because of the drift, it causes a little more chaos at the crease for even like people like
I mean,
Stokes and Rue. Um, yeah, I
I mean,
think
Jadeja's not an ordinary spinner. I
yeah,
mean, he, I mean, I mean, he doesn't get a lot of turn,
yeah.
Jadeja. I
I
mean,
mean that's what I'm saying. Like he's not he won't take a wicket by like order in the sense of like he's not a big turner of the ball. His more like spin bowling is like variable, like changing his line and length, the speed he bowls with, like fly in the air, like stuff that like that he does.
yeah.
Um, so eventually England get to Byron Carr hit 47 too, so there we couldn't get a tail out again. Liam Dawson with 26, so India had a good time. Um, England eventually makes 669, and this is like roughly T-ish, roughly around T on day 4. We have 2 innings so far. Um, and in come out to bat India, and everyone's like, this game is gone. Like India are not gonna survive. We were down like 300 runs. We trailed by. We have to bat like 143 overs, which it turned out to be. Like they're gonna take the 10 wickets. And nothing was more true than that because the first over of India's second innings, you were 0 for 2. Wokes was on a hat trick in the
No,
first.
India had to bat from lunch there from day 4, I
They had
believe.
to bat from lunch.
I think before lunch or around lunch.
I thought they had to bat. I mean, I can quickly check when they
I think
batted.
so.
I'm pretty sure they would
I
have
think just
batted.
after. I think just after lunch. I think.
Um, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'd have to find out. Okay, so let's say somewhere between lunch and tea. But regardless, like, let's be honest, no one had faith. And it's hard to bat 150 overs, like, without losing 10 wickets in a test match. Like, more than 150. Like, it's hard to survive that much, that long. So I don't think so anyone was really confident that India was going to survive. But if you were going to survive, the one thing you can't do is lose early wickets. And what did we do? We came out and we were 0 for 2 in the first over. Like Wokes was on a hat trick and he nearly got one too because the hat trick ball was pretty good. And I think I turned off my TV at that point. My TV was off.
After
After the second wicket, my TV was off. Jaiswal fell, and I was like, Jaiswal being Jaiswal, whatever. And then when Sai Sudarshan got out doing whatever the shot he was playing, I was like, I've turned the TV off.
like
Um,
the way India were bowling, I've so that because India were bowling so okay. So when India came out to bowl. and then the first, and I think the first 15, first 15 overs, 20 overs, India were so bad. Like that bowling was so bad. After that, I didn't watch the game because I know that India were not going to recover from this.
Okay, so
I,
I watched some of our bowling, and then I was like, okay, if we bat, if may, I thought maybe if Jesswell kind of counterattacks or something, we kind of put the pressure a little the other way and just then take it from there. But when I saw Jesswell get out in the first over, and then when I saw strike position, I literally closed the TV and I told people, I'm like, I'm done with this game. And then
and then yeah,
I don't watch the game, and I'm kind of just out and about that day, and I keep getting notifications from Crick Buzz throughout the day saying, "Oh, Gill and Kilrow fight." But even that doesn't kind of give you hope because you're like, "Oh, maybe they've gotten out." But to get to the end of day four and we're still 2 wickets down, I was like, what? Like, I know we're gonna talk about Shubman Gill because he scored the most runs from India, but I think I just want to say KL Rao has batted out of his skin this series, um, and he bats really well. I think he does one of the hardest jobs in cricket, which is opening in England as a batsman, with so much like swing and like every ground is slopey, like whatever it is, he is such a good batsman, and and it's not like
I
he's
think
not.
KL Rahul.
And it's not he's not
I,
he's fault free because he will, as we saw in the first innings, stand there and get LBW by not offering a shot. um,
And the thing is, he's been, and the thing is, obviously, he does. I mean, I think he won the game. Yeah, he did. Like, but I think he's also been very unlucky. Unlike some players, like, I mean, like, anytime, like, he gets out, like, he hits it, and if there's an edge or anything like that, every time he hits or anything like his, and all of his shots, edge or anything, they all get caught. Whereas some of the other players, they would edge it, nick it, something. Some of them will have a drop, they'll get hit, or some of the other players will always get a chance.
mm.
This poor guy, he never gets a second chance.
And then him and Shubman Gill batted out of their skin, and we get to the end of play with like 150, 160 on the board, something like that. Just couldn't believe that we were still at 150 for two. But I'll still say this. This is maybe being very pessimistic. At the end of day four, at the start of day five, when we knew Shubman Gill and KL survived, I was still like, we're not surviving
Oh
this.
no, yeah, that's
They're gonna take 8 wickets today. Um,
I wasn't watching the game at all there, but you know, like I keep getting these Google updates every like 15, 20 minutes. You get these like Google updates, so I would just click on that and see, and it was just saying, oh, still hundreds, like 50 something for two, and then after like 30, 40 minutes, and then Google update would still come up, and I click on it, and it would say two. I'm like, what is going on?
it's the hope that
And
kills
after
you.
an hour, so and after an hour or so, and then after that, you kind of just close your eyes and check.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the
two
hope that kills
again.
you. It's the hope that kills you. And I was and day five, I woke up and I'm like, oh, do I watch the game? And I'm like, maybe not.
And in the
And then
evening, okay, and then last half six, and I'm just like, please, just I'm gonna close. I just gonna click on the Google update and click on it, and it's two, and I was like, what has just happened there? And then I said, you know what? I wasn't even gonna go and check any of the score apps because I just one of the thing is like, if I just check any of the score apps like cricket for Crick Buzz. I'm just gonna think if I open any of them, I'm just gonna jinx it. No, so no, not gonna
yeah,
go
so
watch any of open them any of those.
I stopped like literally even exactly as you. I stopped opening scorecards. And at the start of day five, I was like, eh, still not possible. They're gonna take 8 wickets. Like Stokes being Stokes in this game, like he's gonna take 8 wickets, blah blah blah. Like I'm like it's gonna be a tough game. And what do you know? Like within the first 10, 15, like first half an hour of start of day five, Stokes being Stokes comes on and takes Kale Rowland's wicket, and I'm like, here we go. This is it. This is the collapse.
Yeah, exactly. So dad told me that. Oh, so me and dad were talking that. Me and dad were talking that if it was only two down. So I asked them, like me and we're talking. Oh, did Stokes bowl? Did Stokes bowl at all? And he said no. And he said, well, there you go, because he wasn't bowling. That's why no wickets fell.
Yeah,
So, and then we were talking, oh, if he's injured, and Dad was going, well, if he's injured and he doesn't bowl tomorrow, and if he doesn't bowl tomorrow, India will definitely end up. India has a massive chance of getting a draw, and I was still wasn't confident there because, and then and then look what happens tomorrow, and then look what happens. He only ends up bowling what 9 overs,
yeah. He
nine
only bowled like
11.
9 overs on
Yeah,
day 5, and
because he's injured. Yeah,
he
but he
takes.
came out in the morning. But he came out and took like KL Rahul.
Yeah, he took Gill, and then Gill got out, and then Sundar got promoted, which fair play to Shubman Gill and Gautam Gambhir, which was a great call to promote Gill. I mean, to promote Washington Sundar. Um, and then after that, 20 minutes later, notches up 100. Like, I don't know, he's got like 700 runs in this series now, whatever it is. And then
We're
three
out to
ball, three, two or
we're
three
out to a
runs.
nothing shot.
Yeah,
Nothing
two.
shot.
It was just lack of concentration. Like 3 minutes after he hit 100, I think he was on 103 or something. Just
Yeah.
nicked one. Just didn't want to like. Just gave one away to Smith, to Archer on a nothing ball. And when Gill got out, I was like, "There's no." I mean, I was like, "We're not surviving this. Like, we're not surviving
Yeah.
all day." Like, I'm not. And the thing is, you knew with Bunt being injured, that if soon as between Sundar and Jadeja, one of them fell, you're kind of into like India's weakness, including Punt, just because he was on one leg. So it was all
I
about.
mean, like, I mean, like you knew he was gonna you knew
No, he was
definitely
gonna
he would come
bat,
out to bat.
but
Yeah.
you knew it. You knew what they were gonna do to him. They were gonna bowl onto his legs, and eventually he's gonna lose patience because he can't defend for that long. So he would have tried to attack, and
Like
that.
you could see him, like he was sitting in his whites as well.
Oh, he was padded up.
So yeah,
He was padded
yeah.
up. He would have been next down for sure. Um,
No, no, Shardul Thakur would have come out first, like, and then
oh God, I don't
because
even think
Shardul
about. I don't want to even think about that image. Oh no,
he played well in the first innings. He scored
I,
40 something.
I don't want to think about it. His job is not to score 40 something. His job is to be bold and take wickets. We
Yeah,
need our bowling is our weakness in
I
this
think
tour.
they need to play Kuldeep Yadav. I
Yeah.
think definitely think.
No one ever
I
told you.
think
There's one rule in Test cricket that we've known as, especially as Indian people, we should know this after Kohli became captain. You need 20 wickets in a game. Y-
I think that we need to just exploit the just like bowls to do something different, like have an X factor in the team,
Yeah,
which is leg spin. Yeah,
I'll say India. I mean, England look like if England play out the new ball against India, they look their worst against our spinners. Um, And then after that, I don't want to pretend I saw a lot of the game, but Sundar, and from what I've seen on like big highlights, they just literally played every ball as it came and nothing else. They weren't trying to like give a lead. They weren't trying to like think about like the end of the day. They just played ball by ball. And then and I think it was Sundar who started to open up a little more because Sundar started to get really aggressive because Stokes pulled him a bouncer and he pulled it for a big six. And then Stokes pulled him another bouncer and he pulled it for a four the next ball. And I was like, okay, we're some. And that is what scared me. When we started hitting them for fours and sixes, I was like, oh no. This is where usually the downfall comes. You hit a few shots, you're thinking, oh, the bat's coming off ball nicely. But um, yeah. And literally, I think I would say second to the Sydney Test match. This is up there with one of the best
yeah,
tests.
it's like yeah, yeah. I mean, it's exactly the same what happened in Sydney, like in 2021. India had to bat out India batted out 2 days for a draw. In that game as well, Ashwin and Vihari had were injured in the last for like last, but then last what like few
I am
hours
just
there
gonna
as
say
well.
one thing about like, and we're not the series isn't over. Maybe this is like end of series stuff. I will say, as much as like Scott, like a lot of these English commentators and a lot of these English people want to get on high horses and complain about Indian pitches. The pitches we've seen
These
in
pitches have been
terrible. This pitches on
horrible
the
pitches.
this every game, like even the Lord's pitch was somewhat suspect to being shit. Like these pitches
Yeah.
have been shit. And we talk about like asking for like favor. You've like, and I'm not saying and other teams don't do this, but every pitch is so clearly you can see it's been told by Ben Stokes and McCullum of like we want this exact pitch and nothing else. And you get flat tracks of like okay, or like something with like it'll swing for the first 15, 30 overs, and after that it's over. The only positive in this game that came out for the ECB was the ball didn't have to be changed every 10 overs. Um, and that's saying something. But I mean, we haven't got a lot left. But quickly, just like for a minute, looking forward, what do you think England's changing for next game?
Well, well, Joffrey Archer is one big. I think Joffrey Archer is a big one. I think depends on will they risk him for 3 games in a row?
What happened to
I don't
Josh?
think
What
so.
happened to Josh Tongue?
I think Josh. But the only issue with Josh Tongue is uh, against the opening against the opening batsman. He's not his record like in the whole series wasn't that great first two
Yeah, but
games. So
then
yeah, but against the tail he was good there.
Kars has played every game. Kars has bowled every
Yeah,
game.
I think cars will be dropped.
Cars for Tongue, and I think Archer will be dropped. I
No,
think
cars. Well, I don't think cars. Cars for what's his name? Cars for Gus Atkinson.
I think I can kind of see both Gus and Tongue coming in. I can see two England bowling changes, but we'll see.
I
For
I
okay,
think Jamie Overton will come in there because
I,
because in England now need a all rounder because Ben Stokes won't be 100% fit.
I don't know. Maybe that's a good call, actually. Yeah.
So they would need
Okay.
another. Uh,
Let's think
so
about
Gus
from
Atkinson
India.
will play, and for India, I'm not sure if they're gonna go the whole what's his name Washington Sundar way and then drop Sai Sudarshan and actually play Washington Sundar as a proper
You don't need
batsman.
to drop Sai Sudarshan because you've got KL Rahul, uh,
Mm.
Jaiswal, Sai Sudarshan, uh, Gill.
hmm
That's four. Jarrell,
hmm
Jadeja, Stokes, Kuldeep Yadav.
Stokes, you want Stokes to
Sorry,
win
sorry.
India?
I mean, honestly, I'd take him. Sorry, Jarrell, uh,
Yeah,
Washington Sundar, Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav. That's eight plus three fast
yeah.
bowlers. That's 11. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Who have I dropped? I haven't dropped
Okay,
any.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't dropped anyone. You can keep Sai Sudarshan, I see.